Experts. Well, to discuss this, I'm now joined live by Pavel, an internet and cyber threat expert from Jerusalem. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much for joining us here on RT International. Firstly, is it feasible that such a high-profile event attended by the world's top diplomats could have been infiltrated by cyber spies? I mean, security must have been super tight, surely.
Yes, of course, because in our modern life, our physical life is managed and handled by computers, whether it's to gain control of our physical world, like hospitals and communication, economy and so on, or information system. So basically, all our modern life are managed by computers, an information system. And in this case, when you gain control over those systems, whether it's phones, cellular phones, computers that handle those live, well, you can create chaos, or on one hand, damage, or on the other hand, you can gather a lot of information.
Well, Kaspersky Lab, they didn't speculate on who created Duqu 2.0, but say the creators must be linked to the creators of the original Duqu virus. Let's take a listen to what Kaspersky had to say.
Technical attribution is that it's very related, and most probably same people, or in cooperation with people which made Duqu back in 2011.
Well, what Kaspersky had to say there suggests that Israel was behind the latest attack. Do you think that's plausible in your view?
Well, you know, the basic feature of this cyberspace is, the first and foremost, is the attribution problem, the ambiguity, is that we cannot know in this cyberspace world who is behind this attack. And we can see almost every day news reports regarding breaches of information. Last week we saw 4 million records of US government current and past and for employees that were stolen, and the figures were pointed to China. So the first and major thing regarding this cyberspace, cyber activity, is that we cannot know who is behind. It's not launching a missile that you on the spot know the origin of the country that launched this missile, and you can know how to react. So in those days, of course, the actor probably is very sophisticated one, but I think that perhaps we will never know who is behind this kind of project.
Having said that, there'll be many people out there who'll be attempting to join the dots, I suppose. I mean, the earlier related to Stuxnet virus, that was used to ruin Iran's nuclear research, and now this is a descendant. So some people might be suggesting this is no coincidence.
Yes, of course, but all those evidence are circumstantial. You know, there is no smoking gun, not in Stuxnet, no in BDC. A pipeline that was exploded in August 2008, which is referred as most of the first cyber attacks. And probably not here, because if we see this report and if we read this Kaspersky report, we can see that, well, up until now there is no smoking gun, there is no finger pointing to no one. All those mentioning of a country is circumstantial, that based upon we found a source code which called Duqu 2.0 in this report, which is very similar to an earlier attack from 2011, which they call it Duqu. And in this Duqu, they said that probably the interest of the perpetrator of this project, this attack, is Israel. But same as in Stuxnet, Duqu 2.0, and every other cyber attack over the world, we cannot know who is behind this attack and where's the origin. and we just can try to analyze and have figure it out from linking the dots. But I think it will always be anonymously activity, as well as all these attacks that are currently, as well as last week we heard about 1.25 million of record pensions received in Japan.
Tal, unfortunately, time is against us. It's run out. Tal Pavel, internet and cyber threat expert from Jerusalem. Thank you for your time here on RT International.
Thank you very much.